Alright guys, what's up? Back for a new video here, and as you guys saw at the last round of Pro-Am, we have lost this motor. Now I know I've lost a lot of engines in the past, but I've never spun a bearing or through a rod. Well, I have, that was an old stock engine that was like very old, doesn't matter. Either way, this, we're pretty sure it spun a bearing. It is rod knocking, but it could potentially be basically anything. So it's time to get this motor out of the car. We have a plan to get this car back together very, very quickly because we have to, because we have a month and some change. We have shorter time. We have to go to Irwindale for FD and need to test before Irwindale and do everything before that, because we can, after Irwindale was Pro-Am, so there's not much time. So we are at Rad Dan's shop, Rad Industries. Big thanks to him for letting me use the shop, because I don't have a very locked down workspace that allows me to do like big jobs like this, and I'm very appreciative of him letting me come work, use the shop, and have a lift and room and tools. Well, I have my own tools, like tools, parts, this and that, whatever I need. But yeah, so car's in the lift, time to get this motor out of the car and continue on with the rebuild once again. But it's racing, it's part of it, and I'm ready to get this thing going. After the engine's out, I'll go into more detail what we're going to be doing to get this thing back on the road. Alright, this beautiful engine has to come out now. Luckily, with the new radiator setup, this thing comes out really easy. I used to pull it out just up and leave this in, but now that we have it like redone, I'm just gonna take it out normally and just be done with it and pull the whole front end off so it comes out nice and easy. So I could pull the trans on, but I like just pulling the trans off in the car because it's a lot easier, because basically the engine's like stuck in there and like mounted to the car, so the trans comes off easy. I leave the belt housing on, and then it comes out straight out, simple enough. So I pull this engine so many damn times at this point, but it's time to get to it, so let's get to work. I'll film some of it. It's not very entertaining point of motor, but I'll film the big parts of it coming out, all that stuff, and then showing you guys what the process is of rebuilding this whole entire engine. But this short block is going away. We have a brand new short block coming up. I'm hoping the head's still good and we can still use that for the new short block to put it in there. And then we have some other pretty sweet goodies coming too to change up this car to the next level once again and not have this problem anymore. Alright guys, about halfway there to have the engine out. All we gotta do now is take this power steering pump off, engine mounts, trans, drive shaft, and it is coming out of the car. Not much to it, I've done it multiple times. It's pretty easy, to be honest, so let's get it out of here. Alright, got the engine out. It's a very sad sight to see, unless it's just like refreshing for the season, but it's not. But yep, here we are once again, guys. And this is gonna be the last time, because we are doing everything in our power to go to the most reliable setup, and all of that is going away. So I'll explain more about that pretty soon, but that's all getting out of here. So going to Wisefab V3, turn a rear sump pan, no more front sump, all gonna be dialed.
Oh, Jesus. Lots of shinings.
Damn, dude, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. That is not. That's gonna be a
heavy.
very unhappy rod. Yeah, it's even here. It's all that. God dang, dude, that's bad. This engine was honestly my lucky engine. After all the failures that I've had, this thing lasted, gosh, 17, almost 20 events, 4 hard dyno days, all Pro-Am, multiple OSW events, Fuel Fest, a bunch of different events, and this thing ripped. This thing was awesome. But now we're gonna have even a better engine, more reliable engine as a short block itself, and also the rear sump Wisefab, and just get everything ready to go. We're also gonna put a new action clutch on there while we're having it out for next season, and be ready to go. Alright, you guys, we are done for the day here. Engine is out, long box ready to be disassembled with Jay, and we're basically ready to get to the next step. All the new Wisefab is ordered. The oil pan stuff is all here at Dan's shop. I'll go show you guys that right now. Alright, so here at Dan's shop, he has Rad Industries. He has a bunch of stuff on the website. He has his own business. It's very, very awesome, and it runs all Toyota stuff. More than that too, but mostly specializes in 2JZ stuff. And we have a brand new rear sump pan, upper pan, lower pan, baffle, pickup, and as well as the Tomei baffle in there as well. Brand new head gasket, rear main seal, front main seal, oil pump, his carbon front cover. Looks super freaking sick and bougie, but all here at our disposal. So if you guys need anything via 2J or any other stuff, go on the website radindustries.com and get yourself some stuff from there as well. So all ready to go for the new swap. And then now tomorrow we're going to go and get this engine disassembled with Jay. I would no problem get an engine from Dan. He has multiple engines right here, but the compression for me is just a little bit too high right now. If I didn't have a 1J head and I had a 2J head, I'd just grab a short block right here, take it over there, put it together, and be done. But it'd be too high of compression. I want to stay 9-to-1 compression, almost 10-to-1 with the 1J head. I want to stay with that setup right now because we're going to fix this engine, hopefully with a new crank and a rod or rods, and then keep everything else in there too with another engine too. So that's the goal. But yeah, I would totally get an engine from Dan. It's just right now he has in stock. It's just like not for my application. So we're going to go to Jay, and he started Real Street and used to own Real Street, and he has parted ways with them, and now he's back in the game with his new business, RS Garage, and he is doing the Jay thing like he always does back in the day of building 2JZs, engine breakdowns, all that kind of stuff. So Jay's gonna get the engine and tear the whole thing down with me to see what the culprit was in his very, very detailed way that he explains things. And then he will be assembling a new short block for me and potentially a new head depending on if this head's good or not. And we'll go from there and then continue on with the build. All right guys, engine is dropped off with Jay. Jay is the freaking man. He's a legend when it comes to 2JZs and all that stuff. If you guys don't know, Jay is the one who started Real Street, and he has parted ways with them recently. He has his own thing going back to what he knows best, and that's building engines and doing his really detailed breakdowns and builds of engines. So I am very relieved that Jay is taking over my engine program to where we can never ever have a problem. I mean, things happen, but like, he has proven himself to everybody all over the world how good of an engine builder he is and how much he knows. All parts are ordered and some parts are already there with him. We have a brand new refreshed MassWorks machined 2JZ block. It's ready to go, ready to do what we have to do. Everything's literally ready to go. Short block wise, I had to get him rods, and then after that the heads go into advanced cylinder heads or MassWorks, one of the two, to get checked out and cleaned and see if it can be fixed, and then everything should be good to go from there. So CP Curlo pistons, of course, run BC rods, ACL bearings, BC cam 272 cams. I got the new BC cam gears as well. All new everything, all new oil pump, everything's new basically except like the head core and stuff like that. We're going to convert to dual titanium springs retainers as well. That's what Jay wants. We have single titanium in there right now, but as it's going to be out, he wants to do dual. So whatever Jay wants is what he gets. And when you guys do racing and learn who knows best, and you have the budget to do so, you just do it, and that will bring you success. I know back in, when I first started doing this, when I was coming out of pocket for everything, when I didn't have help from sponsors and stuff like that, it was really hard, and it was very hard for me to get the best of the best, and we had what I had, and that's what we did, and it worked for what we had for the time being. But now, as we're growing the program and myself is growing and maturing in the sport and as a person, we're going to do everything we can to have the best high quality stuff and people in the program to make this successful. To be successful, you have to have that. You cannot do it alone. So the mix between, sponsors, Freddie, Jay, myself with the driving and planning and organization, I think we're going to have a very good time in this business and drifting in itself. So I'm very excited. Jay's really busy. Today's his daughter's birthday. He's not tearing the engine down today. Well, I'll probably put the link in the description to whenever he takes the engine down and assembles it to see his opinion on it. It's not going to be great. There's definitely a spun bearing in there, but yeah. So whenever he gets that, I'll put it in the description. I don't know if it'll be this video or the next or whatever, but I'm very excited. Things are going very quickly, and yeah, things are rolling. So I'm really excited. All right, guys, we're back at Jay's shop. We're finally turning on the motor. I think today we're going to take the head off and see if it's okay and get things rolling because the head is going to be reused, sent to the machine shop, refreshed, and put back on the new short block. So let's go in there, see Jay. Freddie's in here too, and see how the engine looks. All right, guys, we're inside with Jay from RS Garage, tearing down the engine after the catastrophic failure. But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Jay. I've always wanted a Jay motor, and Freddie's always wanted to have a Jay motor. Freddie's hiding. There he is.
can't film over here.
Oh shit, sorry.
You can't, it's just the car.
There's Fred. Anyway, it's blurry. But we're here, turning the motor down to see, well, we know what the damage was. We haven't really seen it yet, but right now we're pulling off the head to hopefully utilize the top end with the new engine, like I said. But yeah, that's what we're doing now. Hopefully it's all good and we can use it. That saves time and money. But either way, it has to go to the machine shop to be cleaned, decked, inspected, and then we're going to convert to the dual spring and going away from the single spring that's in there now. So should be good, I hope. We'll pray and hope for the best. So what do you think, Jay? Like 1J head or no? He doesn't like it.
I don't know that it's going to be praying and hoping for the best. We'll go through the process and it will turn out fine.
Right, okay, good. There she is, guys. It's all done. This is toast. Trash. That is the culprit. There it is. Alright guys, as you can see right here on the piston, there's definitely some marring there. The piston definitely hit the head when the rod spun because it lost its place there. And then right here on the head, you can kind of see a small metal to metal contact there as well. Not bad damage, it just kissed it. So luckily it did not continue to run and cause major, even more damage than we already have. So, and then right here in the oil pan, you can see all of the copper bearing material all in the pan. It is a very, very spun bearing, unfortunately, but it's over with and it's time to move on to the new engine. All right guys, the head is pretty good. It's ready to be refreshed to the new motor, and did some pretty good damage on the short block, but the head is good to go to be refreshed for the new engine. So very, very good. I'm very happy. All right, you guys, so it's bad news that we blew a motor, but like it's honestly best case scenario given the circumstances of what happened. Like, we lost the motor, we spun the bearing, others were on their way out, and then we basically, I shut it off immediately when it happened, and we saved the motor. Not saved the motor, like saved them, like pull out the block, fire, oil everywhere, like all that nonsense. But my biggest worry was the head being okay, and the head is perfectly fine, which I'm very stoked about. The rods are also usable, except for obviously that one rod that got hot from spinning the bearing. That is done, but we'll get one rod and then use those in another engine later on. But we got brand new BC rods for the next motor coming up. So I'm very excited. I am ready to basically get the Wisefab stuff in and get all that ready to go with the subframe. But now the motor is in Jay's hands. I'm so excited to have a Jay motor. He's gonna do his thing now. He is all set to go with all the parts he needs. The head's going to the machine shop to be cleaned and decked and inspected, and then it's time for that motor to be assembled by Jay. So we'll have that motor, I think, by October 11th, and I'm very excited to have that going. The Wisefab and the subframe stuff will be here Friday, done, ready to go and be installed in the car, and the new engine mount. So guys, things are rolling really good, and it's very, very good so far. But yeah, so we're in great hands. The timeline's going very, very well. It's literally like a week and a day since the motor went, and we already have a very, very great plan with great people, sponsors, and everybody involved in getting me back on top pretty quick, which I'm very happy about. But this video won't be too long. I won't drag you guys on. You guys saw the motor coming out, beans assembled, and all that kind of stuff. Once again, big shout out to Dan for letting me use the shop to get the car apart. Big shout out to Freddie for getting me with Jay, and Jay for taking over the engine program, and just thanks to all my sponsors and friends for all the help as well. But I'm so excited to get this thing going and get back on top for round 4. So next video, you guys see, you'll probably see us get the Wisefab and subframe in, and then a dummy engine, mock-up engine to get the motor plate basically fit in the car. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon.